I'm going to show you all the weird things that we have in our house for health. I've actually filmed a mini version of this and it went viral on my Instagram. So I'm going to take you around and show you all the things in detail and talk to you about them all. Come on in. So the first weird thing that we have is this wooden thing here, this like disc thing. This is actually, we've propped it up on a little metal like stool. So this wooden thing here with like the copper gold bit on the outside is the weird thing. This is actually a WaveGuard Qi home EMF protection device. So this basically helps harmonize all of the non-native EMFs in your house, which comes from like Wi-Fi, cell phones, all of the electricity in the house, and it just makes it way more healthier for your body. So our bodies, we do have a natural frequency, and some of these like non-natural frequencies can put your body out of sync, and it can make you, it basically can make you feel more anxious, more stressed. It can like disrupt your sleep and just make you feel a little bit off. And in like children, for example, it can make them more hyper and things like that. So we have this in our home just as like a safeguard, and it looks really, really cool. And apparently it can also help like in the vicinity of the house as well. How far away is it, Darren?
Oh, it was like, because we got the extra large one. It does, I can't remember what it was, like 200 meters. Yeah. Something like that. I've got
to say, this is probably the most woo-woo hippie thing that we have, but since 2020, we have been on the journey of learning about EMS and things like that, and I have noticed a huge difference in like my overall health and well-being since being more mindful about things like that. And inside here, I don't know actually how the technology works, but there's a lot of different intricate like metals in here, like gold and things like that.
There's a Tesla coil, there's, yeah, it's quite
the person who invented this is really, really knowledgeable. They're kind of like what you would call like a crazy inventor, you know, like they're one of those people who are just really passionate about what they do, and they've studied and spent a lot of time working on this, and I just think it's amazing. And I think in the future EMFs and things like that are going to be more heard of and not seen as a taboo subject. Like for instance, when smoking first came about, there were probably some people who said it was bad for you, and then people were probably like, oh, you're crazy. And I think EMFs, things like that, are probably going to be like the new smoking. That makes sense. Another weird thing that we have in our house are Rebounders. We have 2 of them, and these are just amazing for keeping you fit. I am the main person who enjoys using these, and I use this every morning, but I like having them in the house as well, because like the whole family can use them whenever they want, and it's just kind of spontaneous. And this is really good for your overall well-being. This rebounding, it helps your lymphatic system. It's good for building muscle, for your cardiovascular system, and it's just really, really fun. We just put some music on sometimes, and me and the kids after dinner, we'll have a little dance. In the morning, I'll do a workout on it every single morning. I've been rebounding for over a year now. It's transformed my fitness and my happiness as well, because it's just so fun, and it's a really easy way to fit in a workout. So we have 2. This is the first one that we got. This one is the cheaper one, and we thought we'd get a cheaper one to begin with, just to see how we got along, because I'd heard so much about rebounding, but I'd never like got it before. So I was like, Darren, please can we get one? And then he got this one for me, and this one's great. But then we decided to upgrade, and we got this one here, which is a way more expensive one, but it's way better quality. This is by a brand called Bellicon, and it's super bouncy. You can get all different like shapes, not shapes, sorry. You can get all different sizes and ones with handles. And I love Bellicon because it's a really reputable brand, really good quality, more pricey, but you are paying for a better trampoline. And this one is way more bouncy in comparison to that one. That one now does feel a little bit jarring, and this one is really cool, and you can choose all the colours that you want. And actually at the moment, Bellicon does have a sale on, and if you go on Glowing Healthy, I'll put a link in the description for any of you interested, but I have a special discount which you can use all the time, but you can actually use it in conjunction with their summer sale as well, which I think is amazing, and so many of you guys have been joining the Rebound Club, which is so cool to hear.
Well, we thought that one was amazing until we got the next one, and then when we had the comparison, then we're like, oh, the other one, like the new one, feels so much different.
I like using them barefoot, which is why I didn't go on with my trainers, if you're wondering why. And by the way, I don't normally walk around our house with trainers on, but when we're filming, I don't know why. It's just like my, what do you call it? Like
outfit,
yeah. We also, I don't know if this is super weird, but I didn't actually mention this in the video. I'm going to show you more things which I didn't show in my reels, but we actually have a children's barbell here. I do use this for like my upper body, but this is actually designed for children, so it's to help children like learn about fitness and like an introduction. So like an Olympic barbell for adults is what you do like deadlifts on, but this is a child's version of it, a child size one of it. So we just keep this here, but I tend to use it just to do like upper body workout, because you couldn't actually, well, I personally couldn't use an Olympic barbell, which is actually that there. That's an adult one. This is the kids one, and I actually couldn't do shoulder press with that. I'm sure there's some bodybuilder girls who could, but I couldn't. But this is just cool. We have this in the house because after I eat my meal, I'll do like 30 squats with it to help with my blood sugar. But also, Karen and Carmen, they'll go up to it whenever they feel like it, and they'll just use it. So it's nice having exercise equipment laying around in our house. We also do have an outdoor gym workout area, but I don't think it's that unusual. I think a lot of houses now, most homes, they have a little workout area, don't they? But I just think it's kind of interesting though, that in our living room, we have 2 rebounders. I think that is quite unusual.
No, it's instead of a dining table.
Yeah.
Like here is where a dining table and chairs would go, but this is just like movement.
Yeah, for functional fitness, for an easier way to encourage working out and movement is having space in your house. Now, in most houses, they'd call this wasted space, empty space. They like filling space with all of these different areas, but they're mostly for sitting down. But in our house, we've kind of decided, it's nice to have a sofa, of course, but we decided not to put the dining table here. And we originally wanted to keep it free so the kids could run around. Because imagine if a table was here, it would just be like really bad feng shui, because you'd be like cutting around harsh corners. But then it's just ended up being this amazing.
But also it's only because it's summer at the moment. In the winter, they've got their scooters and stuff in here anyway.
Yeah, and you can dance and just have fun. Like our house is all about being healthy, but also really happy and free. Something else weird that we have in our house is a cupboard full of all of these glass bottles, which are, originally we bought these glass bottles. They're not wine bottles, by the way. I know it looks like loads of empty wine bottles, but we started to collect glass bottles which we bought from the supermarket containing spring water. But why we were collecting them is because we wanted to have some empty vessels to take to a local spring. So basically all of this is collected spring water from the mountains, and we store it in these cupboards here. So I think that's quite unusual, because most people drink water from the tap, but we go in this cupboard and we'll get a bottle of spring water out and we'll drink it. And we also have another little weird addition in here. This is a copper wand, and this revitalizes the water. So I think the technology behind this, was it Ben Greenfield's father invented this? Ben Greenfield is a really well-known biohacker. He's also extremely, his family is like the most geekiest, knowledgeable people in science. They've got loads of degrees, things like that. But his father specializes in water, and he invented this. And I think the science behind it, or I like saying the magic behind it, is it contains the most perfectly structured, purest water ever. And it has like an energy to it. And when you put it near other water, the energy kind of impresses upon this water and makes it perfectly revitalized.
Just the same as what people do to each other. That's why when you can walk in a room and you can like feel if there's a heavy energy to a room.
Somebody can bring you down just by being in their presence, and it's the same.
Well, I mean, we're like, majority water anyway, so it's kind of the same concept.
But I mean, this water is really, really highly revitalized anyway. Revitalized because it's pure spring water, and it's only, only goes up to a couple of weeks old until we go and get some more. But we just put this here just because we bought this in 2021. So we take this everywhere with us. You can tell it's copper as well because it's starting to go that blue color. That's not mold. That's just what copper does. That's why some of the top of the old buildings and cities have that blue color, because they were originally like a copper roof. So what we'll do is we'll take a bottle out of here. Oh, sorry, got to be careful. And then we'll take it over to the other weird thing we have in our house. And this is, we love our devices. This is a May You Swirl, sorry, I'm going to bring it out over here. A May You Swirl water revitalizer. And this is a carafe. So what you do is we get our spring water. People also do this with their tap water, their filtered tap water. And you pour it into here. Then you pop it on there, and then it spins it around, and it restructures the water, puts good energy into it, and makes it how water is meant to be. Full of life, full of energy, not still and stagnant. And I think the creators of this, Mayu even says it can actually help get rid of microplastics as well in it, and it like cleans the water.
I know, it's really interesting how that works. I think it separates it.
Yeah.
Like it naturally leaves the water.
Technically, the water from the spring is good, but because it's sat still for a while in the cupboard, it is like recharging it again. However, a lot of people use the Mayu Swirl because they haven't got access to a spring, and if they've got water from the tap or they've got filtered water, they like putting it in here, and it like really helps their water become better quality, more hydrating, and just better for your health. So if you have got like only access to tap water, this could like transform it.
You can really taste the difference, you know.
You can, yeah. And I feel the difference. Since I'm drinking better quality water, I've noticed that I need to drink less water. And I used to have to down loads of water. And if you're like me, or if you were like what I was like, you're just constantly glugging loads of water, but you never actually feel hydrated. I used to always get things like water infections all the time, and my skin used to always look really dehydrated. And I didn't realize it's because the quality of the water I was drinking was poor quality. Like an apple isn't just an apple. You can get all different qualities. Like if the tree that the apple's grown on isn't in a good area with good soil, it doesn't have enough sunshine, or the apple's organic, non-organic, it all makes a difference. And I believe the same is for water. Like water is just not water.
I mean, people notice it about wine, so
yeah, people
you can notice it about
wine.
Water as
and
well,
even when we were living in Brighton, all over the world, you got those hipster coffee shops, and they are very particular about what water they use to make their coffee, and they use only spring water, and it's got to have a certain pH or things like that, because it creates the better tasting coffee. And I'm sure they're not saying water is just water. They know it's not just water. That's why they don't want to use the tap water, because it just makes the coffee taste disgusting, don't they? So anyway, I was talking about tap water. We actually, I can't physically show you it because this is just the tap, but we also have a full house filtration system, water filtration system fitted on our house. So the water that comes out of our tap doesn't have any chemicals in it, such as chlorine and fluoride and whatever the local government or municipality adds into the water. It's all been cleaned, so it's like way better for you when you're bathing in it, or if you're going to drink it, which we don't. We just bathe in this water. If you're washing the dishes or you're preparing your meals, the water is free from a lot of those chemicals, which I feel like your body is better off not having, especially in the world that we live in now, where we're exposed to a lot of chemicals. And even
for watering our plants as well, like our tomatoes and cucumbers over there.
You are what you eat, and you are what you drink as well.
Yep.
Which is good. Also, over here, we have a little bundle of wires, and if you ever wondered what these wires are in the background of our videos, this is our Ethernet system. So I actually have said online that we don't use a Wi-Fi, and that's blown some of your minds, because you're like, how do you upload videos? How do you go on Instagram? Well, you actually don't just need Wi-Fi to be able to access the internet. You can use Ethernet. So when people plug in their monitors, like their like your old-fashioned computers,
well, your wireless router is plugged into the internet, like this anyway. So
Darren is the tech guy.
You're just using the hardwired internet rather than making it wireless.
So the internet comes out of this, and you plug this into your iPad, your laptop, or your phone. So it does mean that you're not super mobile with it. You can't go and sit on the toilet and go and do it unless the cable's long enough. But it kind of means that it's more of a communal thing anyway in our house, which is quite nice, especially with the younger ones. If they're going to use the internet, it doesn't mean they can go off and sneak in their room. Although Mia has Ethernet in her room. I have it in the bedroom when I want to do work in the evening. We have Ethernet in the living room, and we also have it in your office, don't we, Darren?
Yeah.
And I think we even have it outside on the ranch here as well, if we wanted to go out there and do some work. So we have it in a lot of the places. And Darren did make sure that we have extra long cables so it can go over there. And at first it's a little bit like you've got to get used to it, but now it's just normal for us. It's not a big deal at all, and I really appreciate
it's been years and years, hasn't it?
And you just plug it in like that and it works. And then you take it out and it's disconnected, and I like that, because then you're not constantly got the Wi-Fi signals all over the house, which is just an extra stressor to the body. I like that, and it's just something that's normal for us, but although it probably is a bit weird because it's not common practice yet. But like I said, in the future, I think all of these things are going to become more normal. And the phone's
in airplane mode.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how on earth do you take phone calls, then you use apps which are like internet-based calling apps. So, but point is, if the phone's unplugged, it's offline.
Yeah, maybe we could do another video
the way we prefer
going into more detail.
It's actually really freeing, like for a lot of headspace to get on with work, everything, that you're not constantly able to be like taken out of what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really like it's
like just the notifications, like even emails are a to-do list which other people make for you.
Some people try and do digital detoxes.
You need to be able to choose when to be on and off, don't you?
People do that for mental thing. They try and have a break, and I actually think that's really good.
Yeah.
That is good for your mental health as well, which is really important. Another weird thing that we have in our house, we actually have in two different sizes. We have some EMF tinfoil hats. These are what we wear if we're trying to manifest and mastermind some of our plans. Yeah, this one is for the adult size. This one just about fits me. It's a little bit big. And this one is for the little kiddies. So if we're trying to mastermind our plans, we actually put these on so then the government and the Illuminati can't mind read us and brainwash us. Unfortunately, we haven't put these on Glowing Healthy yet, just because it is made of aluminium and that is actually quite toxic for you. So we're working on
we're working with some manufacturers now to find some better metal.
Yeah, okay, so I know some of you are going to tell me off that we've got some aluminium foil in our house, which we are working on right now, aren't we? One of my favourite things that we have, which is weird, in our house, and so many of you guys have commented and said you love this idea, it's so clever. We have 2 kettlebells now. We used to have 1, but now we've got 2 at the bottom of our stairs. So whenever you go upstairs, this is a great way to just keep fit spontaneously throughout the day. You just pick up a kettlebell and then you just carry it upstairs. Of course, if you've got like piles and piles of things to take up, I wouldn't advise doing it. It's just a great way just to sneak in a little bit of exercise, and I pop it here, and then when you go back down again, you can. And having it at the bottom of the stairs means that you remember, and I love doing that. That is really good, and I actually learned that tip from the functional training book that you've got downstairs, Darren.
Yeah.
He wrote that, because I want to give that guy credit.
I can't remember.
Shall I go get it?
The Pioneer, I think, is his YouTube channel name.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah, he makes YouTube videos, but point being, he basically just said make your home where exercise is just really easy to do, because there's just things all over the place to do exercise with.
Where is that bit? Oh, it's called Adaptive Training by Adam Sinicki, yeah. Sinicki. I actually got that tip from him.
What does it say his YouTube channel name is? Is it The Pioneer? I'm pretty sure it is. Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't.
Oh well, I think that's what it is.
But it's a really good book. It's really quick and easy to read, really to the point, and he has some good tips on how to just fit exercise and movement into your day easily.
Well, just like doing bodyweight squats when you're brushing your teeth, stuff like that, like where you'd already be doing something, so it doesn't require any extra time. Little
snacks of exercise in your day, so you don't have to go to, it's actually more beneficial for you guys to do random little things like this throughout the day, a little hop and a rebounder, some little bust out 10 push-ups, than to do like 1 hour at the gym and then just be sedentary for the rest of the day. Come on, let's take you upstairs now. There's some more things up here.
They're different weights as well, so you're a bit like lopsided. 12 and 16.
So another weird thing that we have in our house is we actually have a red light sauna. I'll have to turn it on to demonstrate it to you. We don't actually have the adapter plug there. We are living in Spain, but we still have some UK plugs. Plug it in. I'm not going to go in there, guys, because I'm already sweating. It's so hot today.
Yeah, it's about 35 Celsius today.
Sweating. But this we got a couple of years ago when we were living in London. And I just love it so much. This is what adds the spa element into our house. So this is a red light sauna. So there's these red light bulbs in here which heat up. They get quite hot.
You're going to get so hot.
You put the little, this is made out of like organic cotton or like, it's a nice natural material. And there's a wooden stool that it comes with. And there's some a bamboo mat, and actually Darren got the sauna, this is by a brand called Sauna Space, and he got the one which is made into a bit of a Faraday cage.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's
protects you from EMF.
Silver lining, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and this heats up, and you sit in here, and just like a sauna, what you get at the gym or a spa, you just sweat. And it helps you detoxify.
Well, you don't just sweat, it's actually red light therapy at the same time.
Yeah, and I love it. I try and do this once a week. I would do it every day, but it's hard to fit this in when you've got little kids. And I don't like cold water exposure, all those cold ones, but I love the heating ones. And it's really beneficial because it helps clear out any toxins, it helps you feel relaxed, it can help you sleep better, and also it's a little tiny bit of a stressor to the body because you're kind of heating up really hot, and it kind of tells your body like, oh my goodness, you're heating up, you're gonna die, and then it has like a hormetic response where you kind of like heal from it, like your body gets stronger as a result. And I do about 20 minutes in here, and I come out and I feel really relaxed. I feel great, and it clears your skin out in your pores. It's incredible. I love it so much, and I try and do it once a week. And in the winter time, it's even more better because you're getting all that red light on you. Because in the winter,
I do it every day.
Yeah, so you put it down like this.
But in the summer, not really needed so much because it's boiling and there's loads of sunshine anyway.
I know. We went to this like health optimization summit like you know, like one of those shows where you go around and you meet, you know, kind of like a biohacking event. And we saw this there, didn't we? They had a stand and we tried it out and we loved it. And then Darren treated us to it, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it's lovely. I love it so much. But I guess this is quite weird because not many people have like a sauna in their house. But this is like made so it's like a, you can build it quite
well,
easily.
it fits. It does actually, like, because it's made out of really nice materials, so it's not too like, I don't know, ugly for the bedroom, is it?
No, I like it. At first, when you built it in our bedroom in London, I was like, oh, it's a bit big, but I actually love it.
Yeah.
It's so nice. It's really, and they actually say, even Brian Johnson, who's a very well-known biohacker, he said that sauna, because he studies everything that he does. He's like tracking it and, you know, tracking all his metrics and seeing what actually works and what doesn't. And he said that the longer you do this and the more often, the better, didn't he?
Yeah.
It does actually help with longevity as well. But I just like how it makes me feel better, and it also gives you an amazing glow afterwards. Like you've got a lovely
once you get in there and close the door, it feels really peaceful as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Probably is because it turns off all the frequencies as well. Like that's probably one of the elements to it, isn't it?
Yeah, and then another weird thing that we have in our house, we have these all over the house, and it is red light bulbs. These are really beneficial. These are by a brand called Block Blue Light. And as you can see, that is a red coloured bulb. So these are really good at night time because they are, instead of using blue light bulbs, so normal, when you turn lights on at night, they don't look blue, but they have like a blue light coming from there, which is kind of like the light that comes from your phone screens. And that is really terrible for your circadian rhythm at night time because it blocks the melatonin production, and it just makes you more stressed out and alert, and you don't ever feel like going to sleep. So
and they're flickering, aren't they,
they're flickering as well. This isn't flicker free as well, because light, you can't detect it unless you look at your phone, like when you record it. Sometimes, have you ever noticed when you look back on some of your videos you filmed on your phone or like on a video camera, like it's flickering? Like you can notice that screens and lights flicker. The human eye can't really detect it. But anyway, since switching over to these, I have never felt so much better in the evening. I feel so calm, so relaxed, like my stress levels are down, I sleep better, the children go to sleep really well. This is really important for children. Like bright blue lights are just too stimulating in the evening. This is mimicking the sun setting or a fire or a candle. In the past, people didn't use electricity or bright lights. They used to use a candle, and it's just soothing to the body, and it just it tells your body it's now time to start winding down and going to sleep. So if you're a person that really struggles with going to sleep or sleeping very well, or you just feel very stressed out, switching just to one of these in your bedroom, just using a lamp, can make such a huge difference.
And get off technology.
Yeah, it comes from the screens as well. There are a few hacks you can do, but using blue light blocking glasses is a hack. But in our house, we've got all of these. We've got this in the bathrooms, in pretty much nearly every room. We have it in the lamps, and we have it in the light fixtures in the ceilings. And I'd say that is probably the number one thing that you could do really for your health is switching over to the red lights, because it improves your sleep and your hormones and your stress levels in general. So everyone has that. I mean, over here I've got a little, I'll show you the bigger version, but I've got, this is a near infrared and a far infrared red light panel. This is a little mobile one that we have. This actually is from Mia's room, and you can plug this in. And the way that this works is a really intense like frequency of red light, and it just helps heal your body, it helps your skin, helps reduce inflammation, charges you up, so you can sit in front of this at night time or in the morning or whenever you want, and it's just like kind of like a little healing device. But we actually have a bigger version of this, because this is Mia's, what she has in her room.
Just a quick little distinction between these as well.
Oh yeah.
These like red light therapy like this, this is supposed to have therapeutic benefits, like it is healing for the body, detoxifying for the body, etc. These bulbs do not claim to have any sort of therapeutic benefit, but they're just better for you in comparison to a regular light bulb, because they don't flicker and they're not stimulating blue light.
Yeah, once you get, I can remember we first went vegan and I had to learn all about the types of beans there were in superfood powders, and at first I was like, I don't understand it all. And when we first started learning about this, I had to kind of like, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I was like, well, they're both red bulbs. What's the difference? But it's to do with like the frequencies. Think of like a sound frequency.
Yeah.
These are light frequencies. So this is actually light frequencies, which helps your body. These are light frequencies which don't harm your body.
You should just view this as like candlelight. or
Yeah.
or like the sun setting at night time, and this is like a really
Well, no,
powerful
because the
concentrate.
sunset has got therapeutic
Yeah, it
red
has,
light.
yeah.
The sun setting is the sauna ones. That's the thing.
Here is our full length near infrared and far infrared red light therapy panels. This is by a brand called Luminous Red. And I stand in front of this after a shower in the morning or in the evening. I tend to use this more in the winter, by the way, because that's when you're kind of lacking more sunlight. Especially when I was living in the UK. Oh, it's so bright. So this is on the, I don't know what one this is. There's two types of lights on here. There's one that you can see and there's one that you can't see.
Yeah.
So it looks like that light isn't on, but it is. I don't know if that's the near infrared or the far. Which one is it?
This is now what it's the near infrared.
The near infrared is the one you can't see.
Yeah.
And the bright red one is the far infrared, or just the red one.
Yeah.
You stand in front of it naked. You could do like 10 minutes that way, 10 minutes that way, or you could do 5 minutes that way, 5 minutes that way, depending what you're doing, 10 to 20 minutes. It's really
so you can
beneficial.
choose which red frequency you want it on, or this is currently on a 50-50.
And this is really, why I like using this is it helps anti-aging, collagen production, hair growth, nail growth, and just making you feel more energized because it boosts your mitochondria, which are the little power cells in your body, like the little power stations in your body.
Some light on you again. I can't actually see
can't
you.
see. Let's turn
You're
it
just
off.
pure red.
Sorry, yeah. I just think this is like an all-round good thing for your health and your beauty as well, which I think is really important. Did I say beauty right, or did I say beauty like that?
You said beauty.
Beauty, that's okay. Sometimes I get my words muddled up, don't I? Darren laughs.
I don't know if that
so
does
much.
anything for your booty, does it?
No,
That one,
yeah,
no?
but yeah, this is the weird biohacking thing that we've got in our house, but we've actually had this for like 3 years.
Bear in mind, we didn't get all of these things at once
we didn't.
either. It's a gradual process over years and years and years.
It's a journey. It's not like something what you suddenly have to like, I have to have all of those things. And like, we have said this before, but things like going outside, getting sunlight, first thing in the morning, and when the sun's setting, grounding, spring water, all those things are actually
cold
gifted
showers
by nature for free.
So
Cold
many
showers,
things which are actually free, which are good
yeah,
for
but
you.
these things, they have brought benefits to our life. And I would say the red light bulbs, which we use at night time, are probably the most essential, because like obviously you could like just say, right, let's all go to bed now when the sun's set, but like it's not always practical, especially in the winter. So those red light bulbs are very helpful. I mean, we could have candles, couldn't we?
Well,
But
we
it's probably
even
a bit
travel with
dangerous.
the bulb as well. Like when we go to
yeah.
hotels, we will also take a bulb with
I don't
us.
think we've got it.
And then they're in the bottom drawer in the where the
Maybe
cupboards
that's another
are.
one we could do. Like we have made a travel video actually, and we could do it in more detail. But that is actually, I think that's everything that we have in our house. I think I've shown everything what I showed in the reels in detail. I don't think there's any extra things, is there, Darren?
I don't know. Everyone
In our house?
have to. Well, there's loads of things. There's stuff all over the place.
I'm just trying to think what's the most weirdest things. We have plenty more, which we probably take for granted, don't we? But these are probably the weirdest things that we have in our house.
Give a comment if there's anything else you want to know
if there's any.
about.
Also, guys, don't forget, I am doing daily vlogging. So this is vlog number 2 of this month, and I'm planning on doing it for at least 7 days, but I might carry on. I don't know yet, guys. So I'm really excited to say this, but I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow. But in the meantime, if you want to check out any of the products that I've shown you in this video, any of the things, we have nearly all of them listed on our website, Glowing Healthy. I've got loads of discount codes on there as well if you want to check them out. Also, I have my Instagram, Georgiana Fizz, where I show all the behind the scenes and all of the viral videos that I make. And also TikTok, Glowing Healthy Georgie. So I'll see you tomorrow. Love you.